Well, I'm the organiser. I'm the guy you will talk to on the phone. Don't ask me why I've done this, but I have. I'll introduce you to all the organisers so you know who everybody is. Wayne Jonas, he's my full-time solicitor who's put this, keep me out of trouble. Gary Batten, he is the second checkpoint person. Roger does the second checkpoint. Caroline's my secretary. She does all the paperwork. If you've got any problems with any information you want to know, she's the person you see. Andrew does the second checkpoint with Gary, and Henry is the timer. He mans the timing computer. So if you've got any arguments about the timing, you see him. Okay? What I'll do is I'll go through all the major points with everybody. If you've got any questions, we'll just go on questions because it's the easiest way to do it, okay? Good. Right, the air support, which is all the aircraft that we're using. We're using helicopters in Melbourne and helicopters in Perth, and we're using a light plane across the way. Some of you will see it, some of you won't. The reason the light plane is being used is for safety precautions. If anybody breaks down or happens to have an accident, not through speeding but through any other reason, we can get to you or notify somebody because there's some desolate areas out there, so we can sort of get help to you or notify the police or whatever. On the point of the police, people have been saying to me, look, what about the police? Are they going to arrest us? I have an undertaking from the police department that that won't happen. There'll be no victimisation. There won't be checkpoints or stops outside the start location to stop everybody and do roadworthies. There won't be that. We've asked the police along tonight. They are here. They're listening. They're going to see what they think, and they'll talk to me later. I don't see any problems. You've got to forget what the Truth print. The reason the Truth happened was that our offices were broken into. All the information was taken and it was set up as a sensational blasé story. Most of what the Truth have printed is rubbish. We don't know anything about it. Even the police have said to us that all the comments that they've made, or a percentage of them, have been rubbish. So that's basically all we've got to say on the Truth. They're not here tonight. We've had them trying to get in. That was the reason that we've changed start and briefing locations so many times, because each time we'd set a new location, the information was either stolen or whatever. That's why we moved offices to a high security office system. Accommodation is at the Shadow Commodore in Perth. It's a 4-star hotel. All the accommodation is prepaid for the Sunday night. We arrive Sunday 10 or 11, 9, 10 o'clock. I don't know what time people arrive, whenever people start arriving. The finished location you'll be given at the start. I'll go through all that with you later. When we all finish, there'll be a very big festive occasion at the finish. We have a very big dancing girls, marching bands, champagne, warships, helicopters, parachuters, you name it, we've got it. You name it, we've got it. So there'll be a bit of a festival on after it, so people can either stick around and enjoy the fun, or they can go back to the hotel and rest up for Sunday night. Okay? The banquet is held about 100 yards up from the Shadow Commodore at the King's Ambassador Hotel. It's a reception centre very similar to this, probably not as big as this place, but it's a nice place. That starts at 7:30 as per your documents. You'll be given more documents tomorrow afternoon when you turn up at the start for you to read on the way. Right, the start. What's going to happen with the start is we can't avoid the possibility. We're not worried about the police turning up. They're going to be told where the start is to help us help you. We don't want the media turning up. We want selective media. We have our own media people from each particular newspaper that we trust will give us responsible media and won't give us slander and rubbish. We're going to keep the start a secret. What we will do, that's why we've taken phone numbers. We will phone you but we'll start phoning people at 4 o'clock. Everybody will be phoned by 5 o'clock and we'll be told where the start location is, and it'll be your job to get there. And you'll have to be there by 6 o'clock. Okay, everybody will have ample time to get there. We'll stagger it so that the first ones that are called are the ones that are furthest away from the start location. The start location is, the start location is about 15 to 20 k's out of Melbourne. It's in a country area, okay, so that when you leave the start location, you don't have to go through any towns or any built-up areas. After discussions with the police, they felt that was the best way to do it. We were going to new shopping centres and all sorts of different things, but we've decided to have a very low-key start and really push it at the finish and have a big publicity, because once it's over, then we've got no problems. That's why we're keeping the start and the checkpoints to finish for the media, and we don't want the public there. If the public were to find out where it was, you can imagine we'd have so many people there it wouldn't be funny. We'd have 10, 20,000 people there, and with those people comes all their cars and all the hot rods and all the hooligans, and then you're all going to be racing guys up the road, and we don't want that, okay, because it makes it look good, looks bad for next year. This year has been a lot of trouble, a lot of problems for us. We've had real big teething problems, you know. A couple of times I've wanted to throw it away because of the problems we've had, but we've pulled it together and we've got this far, so it's going to happen. Next year we've got a bigger event planned, so we're hoping that this year will go well. And that's what I'm saying to everybody, for Christ's sake, don't bugger it up on us. Be responsible, think about what you do, and don't drive at 240 k's all the way, go through red lights and run people over, because it doesn't work. You're not going to win. The guy who does 100 k's all the way, obeys the speed limits, gets in and out of fuel stops, doesn't stop for fuel breaks, doesn't stop to go to the toilet, he's the guy that's going to win. Okay? That's how it works. And that's basically all it is. I think question time now.
What time delay is there between starters?
2 minutes.
Where we've got a ballots?
The ballots were meant to be drawn tonight, but I was in such a rush, I left all the numbers at home. So we will have to do them at the start location, but that's not going to be a problem. It's just a matter of everybody getting together and pulling them out.
Number one, you know, that's weird. I can't get sleep and dream about that,
No.
It's up there, so well, we're starting in half an hour or something at this other place. Like everyone's in their cars, all the competitors are in there, and nothing can leak from nowhere. Why can't it work that way?
When leave it to organisers. Yeah. They know the best.
Do you want to answer that way?
I agree with David. You're just attracting public attention, which is what we're trying to minimise.
Right.
We've really looked at everything, and it's not going to work like that.
This is what we've paid the money for.
You stated that there was 2 checkpoints along the way.
Right.
Yet when you were introducing your associates there, you introduced nobody for the first checkpoint. Unless I misunderstood.
He does the first one. He does the second one. Did I say first? He did. Did I say? Sorry.
When do we find out where the checkpoints are tomorrow night?
Yep. Tomorrow afternoon you'll have, and with the earlier, as soon as you get there, you'll be given your kits.
How many
Okay.
road maps do we need?
Oh, basically what you've got.
Are the checkpoints in Victoria or New South
No,
Wales? Or
no, don't.
you can't?
Hang on. What does it mean, basically, what you've got?
Well, obviously you've got maps to get from Melbourne to Perth, haven't you?
No.
You haven't got any maps. What you need. I mean, you know, you better get your own. We'll give you maps, sure.
Of the area they cover.
Yeah, we'll give you maps all the way across.
Like it's only a trip across here. Just when the maps will be to be supplied with the routes
Right.
a minimum of 2 hours beforehand.
They will be.
And they were all the maps that we would have needed, so we didn't.
They are.
We didn't worry about it.
They are. No, you can use any route you like.
I realise that, yeah.
Just go west.
Hang on, hang on.
You want a better.
I'm sorry?
What's the prize for the
The prizes, they're being organised by the people at the other end, the Chamber of Commerce of Perth. They've organised all our prizes.
Do we get judged before we leave or when we get to Perth?
Judged for what? Oh, well, yeah, I'll make that decision.
So we don't have to drive to
No,
Perth.
It'd be nice to finish that like that, huh?
You get flustered at the end.
What do you actually contain in the kit?
I didn't hear, I'm sorry, again?
What do you actually contain in the kit that you're going to give
It will
to
give you all
guys?
the location of the checkpoints, emergency procedures if you happen to break down, or your contact numbers for us, where all the people are staying for the checkpoints, where we're staying in Perth. So if you need to contact us, you can. Checkpoint locations, finish locations, and all the maps associated with. Okay, when I say maps, I mean...
Maps of the area.
I mean maps. Although I could get there on those maps if I was just planning a day trip and I wasn't in any hurry or wasn't trying to plan shortcuts or anything like that, okay? But if you want to plan shortcuts, I haven't got the minerals maps or, you know, they're the way to go, you know? You're going to have to get those yourself if you want them. We supply maps like a Melways, just a basic map. Shell maps, you know? If you want maps, and do it yourself.
David?
Is there any...
Oh, sorry.
Can we all agree on a channel?
To do at the start. Because what I'll do there, I'll get everybody aside in groups that have got the radios and decided among yourselves.
Will the aircraft be on CB bands or UHF bands?
No, not to the competitors.
I beg your pardon?
Not to the competitors.
So what, we've got no contact with the
No.
airplanes?
No,
Why not?
because it's against the law.
I thought we were going to be supplied with radios.
We were negotiating with a company to do it, and they've let us down.
I hate to say it, David, but I believe the checkpoint's in Sydney. I'm going to go through Sydney. Is that right?
Could be.
Second one in Brisbane.
So we've got to use the
checkpoint over. What's it entitled? What do we have to do with these checkpoints? Is it a sign in or?
Okay, what'll be there'll be a car, have its lights on, flashing. It'll have a table possibly. There'll be enough light in there so that you know what's going on. There'll probably be a film crew there, so there'll be plenty of lights, as you can see. All you'll have to do, you'll have a card in your kit that'll have checkpoint 1 and checkpoint 2. They all have a stamp that has to be stamped. Okay, and you have to have that at the finish.
Just get a paper stamp?
That's right.
Don't pick up anything of any...
No, just get it stamped.
Well, you ain't going there.
Yeah, we made our own stamps. The bricks don't work and the lights don't work, and you know we've got to ensure that you don't get lost out there, and we've got to spend $5,000 in helicopter fees to try and find you.
David?
Good.
How are you going to police this thing from what have you...
We've got the initial documents. Protest to be lodged at the finished within... You wrote those. Tell me.
30 minutes.
30 minutes. Yeah. 30 minutes after after you finish. Protest to be lodged, and our decision is final. Just same as Cam's.
I mean, the Saturday night thing is not out of the question.
It'll be manned before you get there because we'll be in phone contact with the second checkpoint. So when you go through there, we'll know what time you'll finish. But I know what time.
Get drawn out of a hat. You're going to sort of let the car go out as they come in. 2 minutes at a time.
Right.
140 minutes between the first and the last one.
Right.
Half the man on the computer is really on the ball.
Yeah, he is.
But that's the way it's going to happen. You're going to have all the cars in there first and then let them out at 2 minutes intervals.
Have you set down any rules yourself for the event?
Excuse me, hang on. Oh, John, can you come up here?
In what way? About the start?
Yeah.
Are all the cars going to be... The drivers are going to be telephoned.
Right.
And they're going to meet at the place at a certain time.
Right.
Are they going to be let out as they get there, or are they going to wait there until everyone is there?
Everybody will wait till everybody is there. So we've got everybody in one big
So we're
group.
going to have all the entrants in the one place.
That's right.
So what if they're going to be let out?
No, they've got to be there by a certain time.
Oh, certain time, no worries.
Well, when we ring you up, we'll say you've got to be there by...
So what happens if you're half hour late?
Yeah. Sorry?
What happens if you are half hour late?
Make sure you're not.
We'll give you
It's not a case of what happens if you are half an hour late. What happens if you're still working on the car and you're not worried about half an hour, providing your start time was nominated. If you had a ballot tonight,
Right.
Just hear me out. If you had a ballot tonight, you'd know that your start time was 4:02 p.m. And at 4:02 p.m. your card's punched. And if you're not there for half an hour to pick it up, stiff. You've got half an hour to make up on the road.
That's right.
Didn't you hear the gentleman say that it's not going to start for 1 hour after you're all there? Well, all right, if you've got a half an hour up your sleeve, it means instead of you waiting an hour, you only wait half an hour. What's the gentleman?
We can start the timer. We can start Saturday morning. You just turn it on. Yeah, you're right. But you still got a chance to finish. If you want an hour late, just phone and give you a contact number, phone, and running license, that's all, whatever.
Just quickly, that you're saying if you're above the speed limit or a disqualification speed you're intending? That's so everyone knows.
What we're planning is next year we're going to go over the limit. Any speed infringement, any infringement of the law or any state will go through will mean disqualification. And the reason for it is next year we want to run a bigger and better event. And we've got a lot of money being offered to us by big sponsors, big companies for saying, if you can do it this year, we'll 10 times your prize money. Which means we'll have 100 grand to give away. And then we'll start doing categories. So we've got a 1 in 10 chance of winning $10,000.
So just rephrase that speed bit then. In other words, any speed infringement whatsoever is disqualification. That's right. That's
if you start stop a stop sign, that's more. But if I'm American,
it's all right. So
I have an undertaking for the person. They're not going to stand out there and pull you up the road on the road. And they're not going to say the headlights out of alignment, you're off the road. They're not going to do that. If that happens, you can come to me and say, this is the situation. It was because of one seatbelt didn't work or the headlight was out of alignment. And I'll say, no, I'll sort that out, okay? I mean, that's just common sense.
So it's better to make a decision on it.
Is always fine.
Having a look anyway. So, I think it's like, as soon as you hit the state or something, you see.
Yeah, well, when I say it stops.
And I don't think that just simply because you haven't stopped on a stop sign, you should be disqualified. I think you should endeavour to stop on every stop sign.
The letter it said that Cam said everything was okay, but since then I've heard that Cam said
Yeah, that's right. They gave us an undertaking on the phone. We went down and saw them. No worries, yeah, she's right, no problem. Okay, then when it all started to build up and it turned into a great event and we had lots of entries and everything was great, they said no. We went down there, we met with them and they said, unless we become involved, their attitude was, unless we become involved and you do this, which was going to, one of the regulations that we had to do was we had to, sorry?
So we're not going to lose our Cam's licenses through it?
Take it up.
Have you got a CAMS licence?
Yes.
You are?
No.
Huh? What?
No.
Right.
Hey, surrender tomorrow, seriously.
But I've got a solicitor and he's coming from the country and he is an entrant. And yet,
What time do you anticipate people turning up at Perth, in Perth time?
about 9, 10 a.m. Sunday morning.
10 a.m. That's how many hours is the race duration? Makes it about 40.
Have you?
Yeah,
I think.
depending on the weather, the weather's going to make a hell of a lot of difference. We think daylight savings, time changes.
Well, we might be making a mistake. This seems to be a bit of a worry.
7,800 kilometres. Yeah, possibly a bit more. I'm not telling you.
Yeah, I know. I've seen that.
Canberra. No.